All right, let's dive in. We're looking at AI Daily News from AI for the People today.
Oh, I like that channel. They get right to it.
Right. No fluff. And we're going to do the same. So much is happening right now in AI, it's almost overwhelming.
It really is every day something new.
But that's why we're here to break it down. And right off the bat, this one caught my eye. Elon Musk, his XAI company, says their Grok 3 is the smartest AI. Like, period. The smartest.
On claim, smartest, what does that even mean when we talk about AI? Like, is it faster, better at chess?
Exactly. Like, my phone can beat me at chess doesn't mean it understands my existential dread, right?
Aha! Well, maybe Grok 3 does, but we need more than just a headline. How'd they measure this smartness?
And speaking of things that make you go, they mention an AI predicting hit songs, like pop music, with 97% accuracy.
Oh, yeah, saw that. Kind of scary for us music lovers think AI is going to replace Beyonce anytime soon.
Doubt it. But it does make you think, right? Like, what is creativity then? If a machine can pump out hits, gets philosophical fast.
And that's not all this episode covers. AI's everywhere now. Healthcare, money, even factories.
It's like no industry is safe. Let's get into some specifics. They talk about ChatGPT doing therapy and actually, get this, getting better ratings than some human therapists.
Wild, huh? But imagine, like, access for everyone, even if you're in a place with no therapists around.
Huge potential there. But also some doctors are like, whoa, hold on. They're not ready to hand over the reins just yet.
Makes sense, right? Especially with healthcare, got to build that trust. It's not just about the tech, but how it's used.
Absolutely. And speaking of trust, or maybe the lack of it, this episode goes into AI and money. UK is looking into how it's used in banking, and then there's all the stuff with electric cars and AI managing the whole energy grid.
Lots of moving pieces there. Finance has been using AI for a while now, fraud detection and whatnot.
But as it gets more powerful, who's watching the watchers? We're going to need some serious rules, and fast.
No doubt. And that ties into the jobs thing, too. Manufacturing, that whole section. U.S. Congress is even having hearings about it.
Automation's been a concern forever, but AI is a whole nother level, right? Like, what jobs are safe? What skills do we even need now?
Big questions. And honestly, this whole episode kind of feels like walking through an ethical minefield.
Yeah, it takes a turn. Google updated their AI rules, and now, get this, weapons and surveillance are on the table.
Yeah, that's a whole can of worms. Like, where's the line? Innovation is great, but autonomous killer robots, not so much.
And they mentioned tech companies working with Israel on military AI, so it's not just theoretical anymore.
Makes it real fast. And then UK and US, they're like, nope, to signing this big international AI ethics agreement.
So no global rules. That's not concerning, to say the least. A lot of big brain stuff, but also some scary stuff in this one episode.
Shows you where we're at, I guess. Incredible potential, but we're still figuring out the guardrails.
Well said. Before we go full doom and gloom, though, there are some seriously cool quick hits, too, like rapid-fire awesome stuff.
Oh, yeah. Like Apptronic, they make those humanoid robots. Just got a $350 million investment. Robots are coming.
Coming, and they got cash. What does that even mean for, like, jobs, our daily lives? It's kind of sci-fi, but it's happening now.
Right. And MIT made these tiny robot insects can fly like 100 times longer than the old ones. Imagine what those could do.
Spy on your neighbors. Haha, kidding, maybe. But also search and rescue environment stuff. The potential is crazy.
And one more thing that just blew my mind. This study found AI trained in simulations, like fake worlds, sometimes beats AI trained in the real world.
Wait, really? That's so weird. You'd think real-world experience would be king, right?
You'd think so. But simulations, they're control, you can speed things up, expose the AI to tons of scenarios.
So like a supercharged boot camp for AI. That's wild. Makes you think, what else can we do with simulations?
Exactly. It's like the whole way we train AI might be changing. So much to think about just from this one little news update.
We've gone from super smart AI to killer robots to tiny bug drones, all in like, what, 20 minutes. This field moves fast.
And it's not just about the tech itself anymore. It's about ethics, jobs, global politics, like everything's connected.
This is more than just a news update. It's a snapshot of where humanity's headed. And we're all along for the ride, whether we like it or not.
That's the truth. So buckle up, I guess. This deep dive's just getting started. Who knows what else we'll uncover.
Can't wait. Let's take a break, and when we come back, we'll dig even deeper into this AI Daily News episode.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? Just how much one little news update can cover.
It's like a microcosm or something of the whole AI world.
Exactly. And we haven't even touched on, like, what does super intelligent even mean? We were talking about Grok 3 earlier.
Right. Like, is it just about processing power? Or is there something more, some kind of AI consciousness?
Philosophers would have a field day with that one. We might be getting closer to an answer, though, the more of these AIs develop.
And speaking of things that make your brain melt, that whole AI making hit songs thing, can an algorithm really be creative?
It's a tough one. I mean, some folks say AI can only copy what we humans do, but then you see stuff like that music predictor and
It makes you wonder, what's the difference then? Like, if I get chills from a song, does it matter if a human or a computer wrote it?
that's deep, man. And it's got real-world consequences too for artists, musicians, anyone in a creative field.
Absolutely. Like, some see AI as a threat, right? Taking their jobs, making their skills obsolete.
But others see it as a tool, like a superpowered paintbrush for a digital age. It all depends on how we use it, I guess.
AI is making us rethink everything. Even therapy, like they talked about ChatGPT being used for mental health, but then doctors are still hesitant.
Yeah, it's healthcare, there's got to be trust, but imagine the possibilities, access for everyone, even if you live miles from a therapist.
Totally. But also, how do you regulate that? Make sure it's safe, ethical, doesn't replace that human connection entirely.
Lots to figure out. AI in healthcare, it could be amazing, personalized medicine, catching diseases early, all kinds of stuff.
But got to proceed carefully, right? Can't just throw tech at a problem and hope for the best.
Speaking of problems, that whole section on AI and warfare, that was heavy.
Google changing their tune on AI and weapons, that's a big deal.
Yeah, it's one thing to talk about robots in factories, but AI making life or death decisions, that's a whole nother ethical dilemma.
For real. Like, who's responsible if an AI makes a mistake? And how do you even program ethics into a machine?
We're in uncharted territory here, and the fact that the UK and US wouldn't sign that ethics agreement, that's not reassuring.
It's like everyone's scrambling to figure this out, but no one's on the same page. Kind of scary, honestly.
It's both exhilarating and terrifying at the same time, you know? This incredible technology, but we're still figuring out the rules of the game.
We're building the plane as we're flying it. That's what it feels like. But we have to be part of the conversation, right? We can't just be passengers.
Exactly. We got to be informed, ask the hard questions, make sure our voices are heard. Otherwise, AI is going to shape our world whether we like it or not.
News updates like this one, they're important for that very reason. They make this complex stuff, like digested.
Totally. And channels like AI for the People, they're doing a good job making this accessible, getting people thinking critically.
I like that they ended with that call to action, too. Like, join the AI revolution, let's talk.
We all have a role to play. The future of AI isn't some predetermined thing. It's being written right now.
Powerful stuff. This deep dive's been pretty intense so far. We've gone from superintelligence to killer robots to, like, the meaning of art.
It's a lot to process, but that's the nature of AI, right? It touches everything, makes us question everything.
We've got one more part to this deep dive. Let's see what other insights we can pull out of this AI Daily News episode. It's amazing how much ground we covered, and it was just one news update, not even a whole documentary or anything.
Shows you how fast things are moving, right? And how much is happening all at once in AI.
I keep thinking back to that idea. AI's impact, it's not just in the future, it's like woven into our lives already.
Oh, absolutely. Sometimes we don't even realize it, you know. Recommending what you buy online or the music you listen to.
It's like this invisible force shaping our world, and that's why it's so important to talk about it, right? Not just the cool tech, but the big questions.
This news update, it did a good job of that, I think, proving us to think, hey, this isn't just progress, it's changing how we live.
And that whole thing at the end about joining the conversation, it's like, we're not powerless. We can actually shape how AI develops.
It's easy to feel like, oh, it's all happening in Silicon Valley, nothing I can do. But decisions made there, they affect everyone.
Every single one of us. So being informed, like we're doing now, that's a good first step. Knowledge is power, or whatever.
They being willing to, like, question things, not just accept the shiny new tech as automatically good. Gotta think critically.
Absolutely. This whole deep dive has been, I don't know, eye-opening. We went from super smart AI to robots to, like, the ethics of war.
The range of topics is crazy, but it all comes back to that central idea, AI's impact, and our responsibility to guide it.
It's not some sci-fi movie anymore. It's right here, right now.
Mm-hmm.
And the choices we make today, they matter, like, a lot.
No pressure, right? Haha, but seriously, staying informed, having these conversations, that's how we build a future we actually want.
Well said. This AI Daily News episode, it was like a crash course in all the amazing and kind of scary things happening with AI.
Totally. A snapshot of where we're at as a species, I guess. And hey, at least we're asking the right questions. That's a good sign.
Big thanks to everyone for joining us on this deep dive. Remember, the conversation doesn't end here. Keep learning, keep questioning.
The future of AI, it's being written right now, and we all get to be part of the story. So let's make it a good one, yeah?
Absolutely. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged with the world of AI. And who knows, maybe we'll see you out there on the front lines of the AI revolution.